Greetings from the void. This is Journey Through Miro.
Guess you want to talk about it.
I am Nola Moore, and these are
Jerry.
my boys. Say hello, boys.
What's up?
Hello, boys. Hello, boys.
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Oh, I guess you were going to say who are now going to introduce themselves, but I think one already did.
Who will now introduce themselves? Let's start with the man below me, the married man.
All right. So, hello there. I am the Black Doctor. After a over a month-long hiatus, I guess I am now the married doctor.
Your boy got laid.
And yes, actually.
I
And
would
I
hope
play-
in a month.
And I play Balgroth the Dark, or Balgroth the Undead, who has a wife, but not anymore, and has a kid, but not anymore. But, I mean, at least it's not from real life. So check me out on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Is that a me? You pointed the other way, but I'll take it. So yeah, I am at Dale Jitsu on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram in roughly that order. Although I guess we're supposed to call it X now. I play the role of Isaiah Yeager, Magus Extraordinaire, the one who granted Balgroth a new lease on life after accidentally terminating the old one. And yes, that's a me. I didn't get married last month, though, nor did I go to London. I've been playing some Helldivers. That's been fun.
Gosh, you're still single.
I went on a date last week, but
Oof.
Nah, toxic girls.
didn't say that.
Camera is frozen.
His camera was pulling a I was frozen today.
Talking to my
For me.
sister today.
For
And she
me,
was
yep, yep.
she would go with girls that were like younger than she is, but then she realized how old I was and was like, "Oh man, that is pretty old."
What? What?
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Yep. Also, your camera is frozen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about now?
Still frozen.
What? This is discrimination. Someone call Roll20.
Miss Sanders' camera.
I didn't know
Wait,
she was in
no.
charge of Roll20 too.
Oh,
I'm Yip Yap No Tail. I don't know why you can't see me. I can see me. I am Steven Stoll. Steven Stoll on TikTok. The fiance of this wonderful DM up here. Who also plays in games that I run. Oh hi, I'm up here now. Is my video back?
no. You're gonna have to maybe try logging off and logging back in.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again?
I do various things such as yell into a microphone to try to make my fiance and a few of my male friends laugh. I will be right back.
Awesome.
So does anybody remember what happened last time?
You mean you didn't watch the episode?
We were getting.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. There's something called life.
We were fighting a god, and the god got petty.
Oh yeah, we were fighting the god. The god got petty, and we got like sunk into like a bunch of quicksand. I think was
He
it?
beat us with the mold.
Mold.
We were whopping the boy in the 3v1/1v1, and
Exactly.
didn't even play.
How in the world did we lose to mold? In Undertale, we're eating mold, but in this world, we're getting eaten by mold. Why?
I mean, just wait until you see the mushrooms, guys.
Great.
I have a lot of living plants that are not gonna be fun.
Kill them all with
I
fire.
thought shrooms were supposed to be fun.
That's what they tell you.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't smoke even one beer.
That for you.
Not even once.
No dancing, at least here.
No hand holding.
Before marriage, absolutely not. After marriage, maybe.
All right.
Don't smoke
So-
before marriage. Yeah, what he said. Can y'all see me now?
Yes.
Yes.
We've
Good.
lost Jeremiah, but yes.
Jeremiah
No, I'm
can.
not here.
There we go.
I
Okay.
had to fix
So,
myself.
Dale and
Um,
Jeremiah kind of gave Jeremiah. I swear to God, I just saw someone behind you. Oh, there she is.
That's- That's not
Right.
something.
If she
Um,
gave a recap of the session, Jeremiah needs all of the inspiration.
Right?
But so yeah, you guys kind of already gave your 2 cents about what happened. Yep. Do you know what happened last session?
Oh yeah, here's my 25 copper pieces. So we leave town. It's crazy. The cart goes up the vertical, goes down the vertical. We go into the woods. There is a Vezin who I think looked like kind of like a zombie, or he just looked like really old, or some special descriptor. And I talked with him because Yip can do that, you know. And for some reason, even though I'm not a druid, I'm so dumb I can just speak to animals because I'm basically an animal. Apparently. And he was like, "I'm a god," and I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "I'm gonna eat y'all," and I was like, don't like that. And then we fought, and I got really hurt. And then we went into a cave, and there was some fungus among us, and we could not find the imposter in time. I love you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll give you all an inspiration. Um,
What's this half inspiration point on my character sheet?
Oh, mercy.
so yes, you three had found yourselves after having a fight with a Vezin who claimed to be a god or a demigod or a false god, whatever you choose to believe. You all found your way to this gate, as Noid described it, that would be able to take you back to Retcher, minus the cart, which would find its own way back. And while you were waiting for this gate to activate, you came to the realization that the brown mold that could encapsulate fire was very swiftly growing on top of you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Just recapping it in a way that makes sense for my brain. And so, we come back to Isaiah and Yip Yap, and you two are currently falling through this tunnel of absence. It's not as if something is blocking the light or your sight or anything like that. There is just nothing. Balgroth, you sort of have a blank moment, and you go from this decrepit, moldy, underground cavern to an overgrown swamp with a very overly sweet, sickening scent. And the mud, you can feel it through your boots, is soft and shallow, but is more coppery toned than normal mud. And above you, vines hang from very tall canopies, which block out the sky, but there is light from bioluminescent plants speckled around you. And these vines are very slowly moving up and down as if they are taking breaths.
Balgroth slowly readies his sword and sort of mumbles to himself, "If I hear All Star once, everything is burning."
Hey now.
As you draw your sword, I can't say sword anymore. The vines lower around you until they kind of coalesce and grow so thick that it blocks kind of the path before you and sort of slither across the mud, not touching your boots or really getting around you, kind of leaving about a foot radius of space around you until they part. And a half decayed paw, the size of your chest, steps through this parting as yellow-green eyes glow at you from this created darkness. And you
I
see... Go ahead.
Yeah, I sort of point my sword at it and go, "Who are you? What are you?"
This giant Vezin circles around you in a clearing of vines and mud. And it looks different here than it did at the shore of that river. Its scars are still very deep, but now glow with this dull, pulsing green, akin to the glow that comes from your eye sockets. Moss and fungus creep along the slick scales across its body, and its maw creaks open, and you hear its gruff voice not speak, but echo in your mind. What sort of malformed mortal considers itself mighty enough to strike down a force of nature?
Balgras sort of stands up a little bit straighter, grips his sword even tighter, and growls, "I am Balgroth the Dark, servant of the Tylorian, paladin of vengeance. That is who I am."
Paladin. Paladins are supposed to be holy. There is nothing holy about you. You have a face of death and trailed death wherever you go.
And so was the path that was chosen for me. I simply go where the Tylorian takes me. He makes my path holy.
You hear this kind of gruff, not chuckle, but like a snort, like an alligator would make. The Tellurian. That is a manufactured name by those who put no effort in truly knowing the extent of its power.
Oh, and what do you know?
I know many things that you will never know, for your brain cannot handle the expanse that is true nature.
Oh, please, I have no brain anymore.
If I only had a brain.
Oh, what knowledge could you ever give me? I could simply beseech the Tylorian and he could give me all the information that I need. And you are simply a stumbling block in my way.
You think yourself so special just because you've had a handful of conversations with Heart. You think you're so special. No mortal can understand Heart. Its true name, mind you. The range of its reach is far too monumental. You can never know the extent.
So be it. A god who I can truly understand is an idol. And I can understand that you are a disgrace.
I am no disgrace. I am Tirek. I am of heart as the mountains are, as the hills and the plains, growth and decay are my domain, and you do not belong.
And yet, I'm here.
Because I choose so. Because here you have no power. Here I can eat you and pick apart your fragile, two-sided bones and toss you into the mud for the Anarice to live in.
I cordially invite you to try.
You expect a fight? As if before was even a fight. That was not a fight. That was cuisine, not yet prepared. You wouldn't eat a cactus fruit before pulling out the spines. You wouldn't eat a duck before pulling out the feathers. And I will not eat a meal that has not been put in its place.
Like I said, I cordially invite you to try.
I don't have to. Because you'll soon find out. You'll soon find yourself in a place where you have no real power. And I won't have to be the one to put you down, but I will be the one to pick your bones clean as you fade like the rest of them.
We shall see who fades.
We shall. And with that, the vines that have kept this radius around you grow up and encapsulate you, and you find yourself falling like Isaiah and Yip Yap into this abyss. And Isaiah, could you make a perception check for me?
Yar.
Yip Yap's perception is naturally too low.
Isaiah, you just hear a whispering that sounds sort of familiar, but you can't quite place it. And before you can really listen to what's happening around you, the three of you suddenly hear this soft humming, a very calming sound. And then there is a giggling as you are surrounded by an absence, as the absence around you is overtaken by a bright light. And these beams swirl around you until you are caught in this mini tornado of illumination, and the humming and the giggling grow louder, melodic, soothing. And you are pulled upwards rather than falling down.
Is Fossil with me in the void?
Yes. He has. Yes.
After we stopped screaming, we just went limp and we're just staring at each other, just like default human arms down posing as we fell. Not T-posing, default human, just slack arms inside.
A posing.
The music in Balgroth's head immediately goes from free falling to defying gravity.
That's a big downgrade. I'll level with you.
The lights around you grow brighter and brighter, and before you shut your eyes from this, it starts to become painful. You see silhouettes of little creatures that look familiar to you, and then your eyes are forced shut. And then you feel the ground beneath your feet. Solid stone ground. As the humming and the lights fade to a average amount. And your eyes open. And the three of you find yourselves together in a shadowed, not dark, shadowed room where a cauldron sits alone in the center. Blue torches alight as someone claps their hands from the far wall, and in the archway you see the familiar cloaked figure of Noid standing there.
I suppose you saved us.
Yes, I am terribly sorry about that delay. Something else seemed to have activated the gateway before I could, but I was able to pull you out of wherever it was trying to send you.
Well, you have our thanks.
Yeah, acne can be pretty bad.
Yeah, thanks.
Yip pulls out his flask and drinks.
Which one?
Not the magic one.
Okay. They nod their head, which has the hood over it, and you can't quite make out their features, before turning and walking towards the main foyer. Can the three of you roll perception?
No.
Awesome.
Where's my mouse? Wait, where is my mouse?
I refused.
I actually can't. Wait. Okay, I guess.
What's your passive
Perception.
perception?
Perception, you said.
Yeah.
See if I can do this with my thumb.
Okay.
Touch screen for the win.
Isaiah and Jeremiah, as you all start to file out of this room, you both notice that the floor of the room you have appeared in has the exact same sort of overlapping spiral carvings that the other cavern had before you were taken. But these have been well kept and have more of a solid shape rather than the corroded version you saw. As you walk out, Noid speaks up again, getting to their desk. How was your time in Belmar? Productive, I assume.
I let Vezins free.
Yeah, we basically almost engaged in regicide,
Mm.
which was fun.
What do you mean almost?
Look, we didn't kill the king. The king died on his own.
We killed the next one.
Well, with the prince, but he was already trying to commit regicide. So
Everyone
we
in
stopped the
Belmar-
regicide.
Actually, so much happened since we left here. Oh! There's one less of us now.
I noticed.
I've like ran up to Noid.
Yes, I noticed that Kano was no longer with you three.
Yeah,
But-
he cannot follow us anymore.
Such is the will of creation.
Oh, and I'm dead.
I noticed that as well.
Technically, you're undead.
He's also my father in a
You're
way.
I'm not touching that one.
I'm not touching that one.
I understand a lot has happened to you three. And you're more than welcome to tell me of what happened, although I am already aware of most things. However, something I am not aware of is where Para is now. Did you happen to get any leads on their location?
I think we need to go to Sione, right?
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct.
Sione.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I suppose.
How so?
Sione is a very temperamental place when it comes to deities. It has always been that way. They would try to go there, I assume, to make them more temperamental, as is their way. However, I do need time to track their... Sione is a large continent, and I will need time to track their location once again.
There's a big caravan of people, and there's a certain someone in that caravan. That so maybe they would be there.
Perhaps. There's always caravans going in and out of Sione. There is no other way to travel across that wasteland. Unless, of course, you have your own guarded form of travel. And she glances,
Like the wolves.
she glances at Balgroth for a second. Yes, the Timberwolves. I would suggest not taking your own caravan. The three of you are strong, yes. But the wilderness of that area is stronger. And it is wiser to ride in a caravan where the driver is prepared rather than running in without a plan.
Oh, that's my secret. I never have a plan.
Is that a secret?
What's a secret?
No, it
That's
is
a big
not.
word for Yip Yap. Like, I get what C means, but I don't know what a cret is.
Cretin. Hmm.
Is that like a you know those like two-legged cows that are like in mazes? Is that a cretin?
No, no. That's a
Yes.
minotaur from the island of Crete.
No, miniature is like a sauce, right? The goblins use it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I
In
Why?
any case,
Why are you like this?
Like what?
in any case, um, I would suggest you three spend some time here in Retcher while I try to figure out exactly where in Sione they are, so you three don't find yourselves wandering through it. Does that sound fair?
A pistol!
We love
We need to go see him.
Fine.
Good. I will let you three know when I have a estimated area.
Okay.
Sure, whatever.
Cool. So yeah, she kind of bows their head again and sits at her desk, kind of a silent signal that you three can leave her hut.
I wait for them to leave, and then I have a quest for Para, and I want to stay and ask Para something. Or
Noid.
not Para, Noid. Sorry.
Yes.
So I've heard a lot of stories, and I don't know if they're true or not about witches. But could you do like some sort of um I don't know, like a spell, like a little protection blessing for a certain kobold who is in a caravan in Sione named Rista. She's really important to me, um, and I just want her to be safe. And I don't know if you can do that or not, but if you can you please? I can give you gold.
Noid kind of hums and reaches back on her bookshelf. She doesn't turn around to reach to the bookshelf. She moves her arm back and it twists in a way that an arm should not twist, and grabs the book and pulls it to put it in front of her as she kind of mumbles Rista, Rista over and over again.
She's
Until
like a kobold like me,
she
but
flips
a woman.
she flips the book open, and where you see a blank page, she apparently sees something and hums to herself. Right. I will keep an eye on her. That's all I can
Yeah,
promise.
thank you. Um, um, bye. We'll find Para. Bye. He runs off. What on earth happened to my TV? Or the TV? Oh, there. It did a weird.
So yeah, you three leave the hut, the small house from the outside that is between two trees. And as you walk down the path back to Retcher, you all feel this wave of magic that which surrounds the village, and have varying levels of realization that you must deal with Retcher's curses again.
Oh,
Yep walks out of there like a
great.
nervous kid who just talked to the principal and is not expecting anything else to happen in his day.
And several things happen to you three. Isaiah, you feel a strong gust of wind that kind of pushes you back about a step, and it whirls around you before dissipating. And you realize a shadow now blocks the sun above you. And you look up, you see a little white tuft of cloud is now hovering just inches above your hat. It is just a cloud.
You are now depressed.
Oh joy. Let's get back to the
I see.
sound. Get some sleep, I suppose.
No, it's not a gloomy cloud, it's just a cloud.
I've seen this in The
Okay,
Sims.
Eeyore.
Oh, low. Oh, low.
Balgroth, you don't notice or feel any physical change occurring to you, but your body does tense for a moment with that natural sort of fight or flight response, though you don't know what the cause of this reaction is. You just feel tense.
I have now been diagnosed with anxiety.
Oof.
Yip yap.
Yep.
While Isaiah has a physical cloud over his head, you have a bit of a metaphorical cloud hovering above you. You find yourself disappointed not only in yourself, but with this soul crushing detour as well. Things have been very confusing to you, and it only seems to be getting worse.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I step past the threshold. I'm depressed.
Jesus Christ.
You are actually depressed.
Womp womp.
Yip Yap just kind of takes out Fossil. Like, Fossil just knows what's going on and just full ragdolls as I slink him out from behind my neck. I just clutch his face by the proverbial cheeks and just go, I could have died so many times, and there's no good reason I'm alive. I'm a failure.
Is nobody going to disagree here?
I catch up to the party, just wallowing.
You arrive in Retcher. And here we will take our break, about 10 to 15 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
I played darts properly for the first time in my life.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Elementary PE. Doesn't touch us.
I hated elementary PE.
Didn't we all?
No. Who liked? I
Jerks
guess some
did.
people like PE. I'm sorry, how did you go from talking about PE to Kyrgyzstan?
What?
No, I said jerks actually liked like first grade
Oh, I
PE.
misheard you. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Ugh. I have recognized with this time change, my schedule is going to be way out of whack for D&D.
Me too. Used to be D&D for me with this campaign started at 7, now it starts at 10.
Oh wow, dude.
Same.
Yeah,
Well,
for
it's
me,
10:30.
it's like starting at like right now, it's like 11 for me. Like once we get done, it'll be like midnight. And it's gonna be even worse for
Yeah.
like Saturdays because
Welcome to my life,
technically
Jeremiah.
what?
Welcome to my life the whole time, Jeremiah.
That's my ambiance for this session.
I now
That's
feel
my what's it called? Character focus?
yeah, character focus. Oh
That
man, but
movement caused me to lag.
it's gonna be even worse during like the tomes of time because we'll be ending at like midnight.
Yeah, I also need to get my internet switched over properly before that because I don't think I can DM with this.
Right, exactly. You know, like Steven, question because of that. Um, can we see if we could move like the starting of tomes about like either half an hour or an hour earlier? Because like sometimes I'm gonna be like especially this weekend. I'm gonna be preaching this Sunday, and I preach two services, one at 8 o'clock and one at 10:15.
Yeah, we maybe
What are we
can.
planning?
Uh yeah, I'll have to think about that. He's asking about Tome's scheduling. That's a whole thing.
We'd probably either have to do like either an hour earlier or probably like cutting the recording times an hour short, at least for these few weeks. Um until I get back in Alabama. Because that's gonna be terrible.
Where are you now?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Florida.
Yeah. I'm doing an internship at this church for about 8 weeks,
Mm.
which is absolutely awesome. And then I go back to Alabama to finish up my schooling, and I graduate in December.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And then after that, Lord willing, it is back to Jacksonville.
Nice.
Yeah, this seems like this might be a pretty good job. Pretty sweet job.
Hey, get that cheddar, my guy.
Hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. And if you get cheddar by doing what you love, hey, even more.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for next week we can get Blake to be able to game.
Oh, I'm sure. I hope so.
I'm really eager to move forward just with everyone. Just get back to the game. It's stagnated almost this entire year.
It's like I want my story to progress, dang it.
I want to move forward. Clearly, God is showing me through life that I'm much more successful at creating content than I am at trying to just work. If only I could just get paid to create content.
Right?
That is a measure of success.
Hmm?
That is a measure of success.
Money.
Right.
Depends.
It is a measure, not the measure. There's also success in dating.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't.
Indeed there
We
is.
can't have it all. We can't have it all.
Maybe you're just putting points into the wrong skill trees, Dale.
Oh, there's no doubt that I've misused my life. That's not a question as far as I'm concerned. Very gross
You spent
resource mismanagement.
you spent all of your skill points in Riz.
Did he though?
I don't think that's true. Have you seen me try to interact with the girl I'm interested in?
Have you seen me interact with a girl?
Yes, I saw you marry one.
Yeah, that means I've got the Riz.
I know, but you just said
Yes.
I put my skill points in res, and that's ridiculous.
You know what's a vibe? the same like time frame in which like us like we watched the live of your wedding was the same time like I was backing up our old VHSs before I moved down here, and I watched my parents' wedding tape.
Oh, that's sweet. Mine was probably better.
That's so rude.
That's the point.
That's so rude.
It's hilarious.
Did y'all take communion after the wedding?
See, I hear that's so rude. I don't hear
What
that's not obviously true. So you know.
I wish we did. That was one of the things that I would have wanted, but we couldn't do. If we had Father Andrew do the wedding, then we probably could have had it. But with
I have an
Bryant-
interesting idea for ours, but I don't know if we want to talk about that stuff.
I don't know. It's gonna be cut out anyway, and that's up to you two.
So that's up to her. Until she hands over the footage to me to edit.
I
Then
haven't
can
edited one of
nope.
these in months.
Oof.
Oh, they
Oof.
captured those racist tirades.
At some point, yeesh. At some point, the plan is that I will go back and sort of do some remaster edits with music.
Nice.
I think I lost. I
Bless
don't know where the note is for the music I wanted to use because I want a completely different sound palette for this than
Some
for
Wu-Tang
Tones.
Clan.
Royalty-free stuff.
I wanted to ask really quick, Jeremiah, did you get the Discord message that Steven sent you like a couple days ago now?
I'm gonna have to check because I haven't been on Discord in a
It's
while.
the most recent one. Also, yes, the more you don't respond to jokes like that, the more nervous I get.
Oh, I wish your camera had been on.
It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good.
Really? You need to
You
see
would
it.
like the
It's
little
fun.
baby born in a manger.
You
I,
need to like find that
my,
video.
the problem is my hair's not that bad.
Yeah,
That's a wig. That's a wig too.
yeah, it's a wig.
Yeah, I know. But
You need to watch that video. That character is hilarious.
oh, I bet.
So funny. The Smosh X's interview videos are so funny.
Hmm.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. With that, we can jump back into the game now.
Blue Skidoo, Yip Yap Doo.
So, you three, um, make your way past the tree line and can see this. What was a village now looks more like a town because there have been some additions since your last time here. Some new housing is pressing against the edge of the tree line, and there is active construction that is taking up some of the pathing space. And you see folks heading to and from their homes and places of work. A handful of them meet your eyes and give friendly nods, but none really stop for conversation. Balgroth, that fight or flight response you have, it heightens as some people meet your eyes and they kind of glare at you for a second, but move on. Aside from one kind of teenage, like adolescent boy, kind of like bumps into you very purposefully and turns around and says, "Watch where you're going," and keeps walking around in that kind of like annoying teenager way.
Watch where you're going. Stop harshing my vibes.
Balgroth immediately goes into fight mode.
Do you punch the child or something?
No, I just go,
All right.
just start glaring at him and sort of almost act like I'm gonna punch him.
He glares back and he says, "What are you gonna do, old man?"
Hold up. I'm trying something here.
Okay.
Balgroth, young blood
know
just
what?
called that a winch.
Exactly. I don't know why it's not working. I'm clicking things and it's not working.
Balgroth,
Give me a
me
sec.
personally, I wouldn't take that from someone.
Is
I
it
wouldn't
really
let that
murder?
Oh,
Is
I
it really murder if they come back to life?
You know what?
Balgroth,
You know
perhaps I
what?
have more friction than you, but I simply wouldn't allow that to slide.
Yip Yap with okay.
Oh
The scene moved
no!
on.
I smacked the
I'm
child
sorry,
upside the
wait.
head.
Wait, why is your unarmed strike more than 1 plus your strength modifier?
Because I'm that strong.
Oh, that's a to hit. Never mind.
Yes.
I was confused. I forgot for a second that you had to roll to hit.
So does it hit the child? I mean, I just backhand him.
What is the AC of an adolescent teen?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Questions asked before jail.
I'll say you get him. You slap him.
Woo! Smack.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
Oh no, that's all of his hit points.
You backhand the child.
Into the wall.
And he kind of like stumbles. This is a human teenager, and he kind of stumbles a bit. And he's like, "I hate you," and he runs away.
Ah, average teen. Yip Yap with the
What a piece of this!
Yip Yap with the absolute drama of Mushu when he gets emotional from Mulan just lays onto Balgroth's calf, wailing, and goes, "We're right back to where we started. Nothing we do matters."
Cool.
Balgroth's fight or flight response instantly kicks in, and he just instinctively just freaking flings Yip Yap off of his leg.
I lightly spoke.
The little dime edit in the horizon as Yip Yap just flew.
Yip Yap's blasting off again.
And then he reappears back in the ground, and you continue walking. Uh, he kind of like respawns back into place.
Just like pops up behind him.
I have seen the out of bounds warning. I don't know how to read still.
Why did you do that?
You three continue walking. As you three continue walking, you pass the town hall. I should put you guys in the town now. I meant to change it, but I never got around to it.
Yip Yap's Battlefront style out of bounds
I like
warning is just Kiriga progressively sighing more disappointedly.
Oof. You pass the town hall, which is the main source of the construction, as you can see. Halflings and gnomes wearing these iron helmets kind of scurry around the scaffolding, holding tools and varying sizes of planks of wood. And Isaiah, as you kind of walk past, the cloud above you becomes more of a paler gray color as little specks of snow start to fall down onto your hat and shoulders.
It's a
Yip
winter cloud.
Has a DM decision, has Yip Yap seen halflings or gnomes before?
In passing. Maybe not gnomes.
How big are gnomes compared to Yip?
I say gnomes are 2 feet tall. Another foot added on with their hats, but they're wearing helmets right now.
I'm bigger. Oh no, what did I eat? I got bigger!
You just see a couple gnomes look over at you and just kind of go like, and continue working.
Ah!
You guys continue walking, and you notice that the tavern / the inn looks mildly the same, but has a larger and more furnished porch that kind of winds halfway around the structure, and a new sign swings smoothly back and forth above the entry stairs. And for those who know how to read, it says Apostles' Hostel, written in a shimmering gold paint atop dark wood planks. And you see on this porch are an aged dwarven couple that you don't recognize, sitting side by side in 2 of the new porch rocking chairs, hands held tightly together as they watch a group of kids, younger kids than the teenager that verbally assaulted Balgroth, play across the footpath around the now fully finished marble statue of the town's first mayor, Rufal's father, Retcher Royum. And next to it, sunken into the ground, is a new bevel marker. It's hard to read from where you are, though.
Yip Yap, without looking in the way, he's just looking at the tavern, knowing who's in there. He's just trying to dry his tears with the Retcher first mayor monogrammed napkin.
Can I take a look at the new marker?
Me too.
What was it, Retcher Royum?
Retcher Royum is the name of the first mayor, the one that the
Right.
statue is. Next to it, Yip Yap, you kind of stay in front of the tavern, I guess.
Yeah. I'd like to think in the framing, I'm like in the bottom corner, but clearly like foreground, and then it's behind me. Like I'm just missing it.
Yeah. So Balgroth and Isaiah, you two go up to the statue, and as you get closer to the statue, it looks very much like Wooful, but more put together. That is Retcher. He also has more of a solid jaw and like this very expertly carved, angry look on his face. but on the bevel marker next to it, it has just a very simple placard. What was I doing? Hold on, wait. I know what's written on it. I just have to remind myself really quick. This
The
is
DM
what I
has
wish I
gotten
could
short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the DM has inherited Yip Yap's inability to read.
That's rude. That's very rude.
Do you know what character we're playing as?
What's the name you gave him?
Sorry, what?
Am I crazy?
What?
Well, this may not be.
Can I help with the memory thing? What's going on?
I'm confusing myself.
Don't worry, we do that all the time.
What's going on? What was
I
said?
feel actually bad because I don't know why I didn't write this down, and now I have to edit this out, or I'm going to hate myself.
Who's the person? What?
Hold on. This is what I do. This is what happens to me. Okay, there it is. Found it. My notes are scattered in 10 different places. So, on this placard, it reads, just in a very simple, kind of metallic engraving, it reads, Founder of Retcher, Miro Royam. And that's it.
Ah. They're just sprucing it up a bit.
Okay.
Yip Yap's gonna slowly, step by step, approach the saloon, trying to suck down his depression.
Okay.
He
Isn't that
doesn't. He
what a
doesn't.
saloon is for?
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sadden Apostle after not seeing him for so long.
Oof. So yeah, Yip Yap goes into the tavern. Isaiah and Dolgoth, what do y'all do?
I suppose I'll go to the tavern too.
Same.
Okay.
In Yip Yap's head, because he's depressed and for some reason thinks because of the gnomes that he's somehow grown, he tries to shamble. Does it have swinging saloon doors?
Sure.
Okay. He's in his mind, he's thinking he's trying to shuffle those open with his shoulders, but he's obviously too short for that. He just stumbles in, takes a big slug of his wild magic flask.
Okay. Roll the D100.
Let me see what we got
40.
here.
This is what happens to me. Do that really quick. Do this. 40. Oh, okay. Were you missing any hit points?
I was.
You regain 2d10 hit points.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow, that puts me over my max. Do I just go to max? Hello?
Yeah, yes.
I look over, my shoulder heals more. And I
Nice.
go, Apostle, I'm back. Right where I started at rock bottom, and I face plant with no provocation. Fossil just kind of paws out face palms and then looks at me with absolute stoicism.
Nice.
Face paws.
So you three head inside the tavern, and you see what you more or less expect to see. Apostle is wiping down the bar counter. Only a few patrons are nursing midday drinks and near-finished plates of lunch. On first glance around the tavern, there is a man feverishly writing within a tanned leather pocketbook on the far side of the wall. Another man sits off in a corner, his muddy boots up on a table as he smokes from a pipe that which emits a blue-tinged smoke. And finally, a spry gnome with his helmet set off to the side on the counter eats a very quaint, humble meal at the bar counter with a thick leather bag perched at the base of his stool. You walk in, and Apostle kind of like glances up, and he has like this. His eyes kind of like have that second flash of realization, and he's like, "You're back! Howdy! I honestly didn't think y'all would come back."
Huh. Neither did we.
And yet here we are.
You didn't want. Yip Yap mumbles to himself, quiet enough for Apostle to not hear. You didn't want us back. No. And moves his hands over his. His hood is always over his eyes for everyone else's perspective, but he moves his hands over his eyes on top of the hood.
Rip.
Where I guess you can't really see his eyes, but where his eyes would be, there's like tear stains on his hood.
Oof. Apostle kind of puts the rag over his shoulder and leans over the counter. What have y'all been up to? This is honestly quite a surprise.
What haven't we got into? We overthrew a government, restored a government. I died. I came back. We found his family's home. Well, pointing to Isaiah, we found Isaiah's family home, or at
He
least
has
what
a
we
brother
saying.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't like.
That is also true. we found doppelgangers of people, including of me, Yip Yap. Isaiah killed them. Yeah, lots happened.
Yip Yap steels himself to try to be stoic. Just like wipes the tissue under his hood. Just goes, I made more kobold kin.
Oh, well, that's good, little fella.
Wait,
Yeah,
you what?
it's good.
You say you made more kobold kin?
Look, words hard. I gave people titles like kobolds. The tradition lives on. The culture lives on.
It's hilarious. Oh, I thought you were saying you procreated. All right.
I don't know what that means.
That's why I used a big word. Ugh. Oh, can you imagine more spawn? Oh.
I'm not even going to imagine that because no. And now I have an inner voice in my head too.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it doesn't shut up.
What's been happening here? I see there's new construction and improvements.
Well, yes, there was 4 of you before.
Oh,
He died. Just like, we're all gonna die.
Well, okay.
Yep, starts sobbing he's face planted on the floor again.
Well, that's saddening news, I suppose. As for here, after y'all left, the mayor had a small change of heart, I guess. And he has decided to attempt to do his job, I suppose, and spruce up the town. And that's what we've been sort of up to.
Apparently it's been working pretty well.
I suppose. I got a nice new upgrade to my tavern, and I'm currently working on a little bit of an expansion shop where I can make potions and such.
Ooh,
fascinating.
I found it quite interesting. Well, with that being said, I'm more than happy to serve y'all. If y'all want to sit down, have a bite, have a drink.
Yip Yap kind of leans up. What's the hardest liquor you have?
Well, and he kind of like dips under the bar for a second, and Um, there's the sound of like clinking bottles and things and such. And he pops
Don't
back up.
hold back. Don't hold back on me now, Apostle. I'm a fire kobold. I can handle burn.
He kind of pops back up. And he has two um flasks in his hands, in his paws. And he
Oh, that's
says,
a
"Well,"
nice 4 of them.
he says, "Well, I just got an import of," and he kind of like squints his eyes to read the label on the bottle, El Equestria, and I have this here um, sea wine that I got a while back. Both pretty strong. Um, I would say I don't know what you're really looking for, really.
Both of those
The
sound good.
You want both of them?
How much?
Well, the Equestria is due to the market price of it because I got it for so much. It's gonna be 50 gold a
Oh,
cup, and this here sea wine is gonna be uh 20 gold a cup.
that's wow. What does the average gold piece buy you around here?
Well, typically I try to keep my prices pretty level and low, and I mean last time y'all were here, you kind of got a lot of stuff for free. Um, I am trying to work on lowering the prices of these things. It's just that the cost of getting them kind of did put a hole in my pocket. So I kind of need to make that back if I want to open my potion store.
Apostle, you're amazing. I'm happy to see you again. I
Nice
asked
to see you
I
too.
asked how much a gold piece buys around here.
Oh, a gold piece? Oh, is that all you have?
No, I'm just trying to figure out the average value of gold because honestly, I'm a kobold. I don't understand hardly anything.
Yip Yap is excellent with math if it allows for stinginess.
I am excellent with math. No, that's not a thing. I've never heard of math. Um,
Well,
Your demeanor suggests otherwise.
a gold piece could get you a hot meal and a non-alcoholic drink,
wow.
or it could get you a room for the night.
So you're charging 50 nights worth for a bottle of is that my eyes aren't I can tell my eyes aren't working good because they're wet and I see 4 of you. Oh, how big is that bottle?
Listen,
Yep, yep, the depressive heckler.
this was a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Impulse purchase. Because I
Oh,
went
I understand. I don't. That's a big word for yip yap.
I went to a coastal town as a little vacation, and they were selling some. A merchant came by on his ship, and he was selling some fish folk wine, and I thought, well, that's cool. Let me get a bottle or two. And unfortunately, this merchant man um, charmed me, and I did not realize it. And I ended up buying a good bit bottles from him.
Apostle, I'll strike a deal with you.
Hmm.
You like to do experiments, right?
More or less, yeah.
I'll if I want a sip of that. If I like it, just a sip, just a small little, just so I know the flavor. If I like it, I'll give you 25 gold, and I'll try anything you want me to try.
I didn't know it
Any,
could count to 25.
I don't know what that means. I I'll give you half of what your asking price is for that, and I'll take any experiment, any questionable potion you want me to try. Okay?
For how long?
Yes.
All right.
Until you feel my debt is paid off of the other amount of gold because I can't count.
That sounds pretty good to me. And he pours a shot glass of the He pours a shot glass of the equestrian and the sea wine and puts both shot glasses in front of you.
You're okay if I take both?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I try the one.
The equestrian?
Yep.
Can you make a constitution saving throw?
I can sure try. I may not be a smart man, but I know what a bargain is.
So
I may
you
not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
swallow this, and it tastes very salty. Very salty. And it kind of ruminates in the back of your throat for a second before you feel this something that is more than liquid makes its way down your throat.
Plasma?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I like fish, but I like chewing it first. Oh, wow.
Yep. Can you make a
Oh, I
You-
love additional checks.
A death save.
can you make
Natural one. Whoa!
can you make a perception check with a disadvantage, please?
I feel like I was given disadvantage on all possible perception. You said.
I feel like I was given disadvantage at birth.
Okay. Anyway, do you take the other shot?
Yes.
The second one, the sea wine. Despite its name, it's not salty. Not salty.
Oh,
like
this is the sea wine. I thought the first one was. So the first
Nope.
one's what?
the first one was Equestria.
Equestrian. Are they both wines?
The equestrian is not a wine. No, you asked for liquor and he gave you liquor. One of them just happens to
Right.
be called sea wine.
Okay, I had specifically said that I took the wine first. What kind of liquor is the equestrian?
It tastes kind of like, well, it's very salty. It's kind of like if you poured table salt into a whiskey glass and was like, "This is good."
Gosh, what did he said it was in that category? I'm asking for me, not for Yip Yip.
What did you ask him?
Did he say what kind it was?
No,
Okay, fun. Okay,
you just
what's
asked
the
for
wine?
liquor and he pulled out liquor. The
Okay,
sea
sorry.
wine.
Continue. What's the wine like?
The sea wine is not actually wine. First off,
Oh yay, my favorite.
it tastes very kind of like Fireball. Kind of like it has that spice factor to it. And can you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh. Oh no, I better not get charmed by my wine.
Where you felt like this sort of depression, this heavy depression in your head after you take this shot of sea wine, it kind of makes your stomach turn just for a second. And for the next couple of minutes, anytime you open your mouth, you don't speak. What comes out of your mouth is opera.
I'll take ye the bottle at full price of wine.
You said we traded for 25 gold pieces and your indentured servitude.
Actually, I said full price. Yip Yap is offering full price for the wine of what he'd offered.
The sea wine was 30 gold pieces a cup.
Oh. Why did I mishear that as being more expensive than other stuff?
And then you said you would give him 25 gold for a taste, and also you would taste any potion he decided to make. You would
I
test
said no.
He said
I
if
said
you liked it.
I said a taste, and if I liked it, which I do with which he does with the wine,
it. Okay.
he would take it at 50% price and be a guinea pig.
Okay, so yeah, then you would give him 15 gold pieces.
I thought you had said 50. I think that's where he got the 25 from.
The first
Yeah.
one was 50, yeah.
Yeah, the first one was 50.
Steven
So he was
doesn't-
smart with this.
Steven can't math. Yep,
Yip
yeah.
Yap gives Apostle 15 gold pieces and his soul, and we continue.
And
And his eternal soul.
And his
15.
Underpaid. Underpaid.
Ugh, like at work.
Balgroth, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Boss makes $1, I make a dime.
That's why on company time.
What was that perception, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Apostle kind of just like takes the gold pieces and nods his head. Well, I honestly didn't know it did that because no one else has tried this. I'm in financial debt. And he kind of pops back onto the bar counter for a couple minutes. And while he's down there and you're all just kind of ruminating in that, you notice a cage is sitting on the far end of the bar.
Oh no, is token in it?
The cage is empty.
Oh, okay. Does it look token sized?
Yeah, it's like a rat size. It has a little wheel and stuff in it.
Oh. Fossil half independent of Yip Yap goes out looking calmly, not aggressively, to find token. Being like, hey, what's up? Master would like to know what's going on.
What up, G?
Okay. Apostle kind of pops back up and he has like this pitcher, that's the word, of water, and he kind of pours himself a glass. Well, with that, would you two want anything? He says to Isaiah and Balroth.
A meal would be lovely.
You should try the sea wine. It's famissimo. It's an elven word. I heard it somewhere.
A meal.
A fine wine is okay with me.
What?
A fine wine is okay with me.
So Apostle nods and he kind of just writes that down on a notepad next to him. You notice that, so he did squint earlier when he was reading the label. He had a pair of glasses hanging around his neck that he was not wearing the last time you saw him. And he's kind of writing this down. He's staring really hard at this paper. He's like, all right, just a meal and some wine. That's 2 gold pieces from the each of you.
Is he been cursed with blindness?
Right.
He's been cursed with old.
He's aging.
Wait, is he old? Does he look old?
No, I was making a joke.
Okay.
Balgroth is just sliding the 2 gold coins to this, like, something going on with your eyes there, champ?
Well, you know.
I've been rewatching.
No, I don't know. That's why I asked.
You ever open your eyes in the ocean? You know how salty that feels?
Isn't it
I had
great?
a bad time in that coast town. I don't really want to talk about it.
You just shouldn't go near the water.
No, I shouldn't. I don't like the water. I don't know why I went to the beach.
Oh, wait! Yip Yap puts his paw on Balgroth. Balgroth has heal magic. Makes you feel all better. My arm was numb.
Yip, little buddy. I appreciate the offer. If you do remember, if you don't, we do have a literal pool of healing in the basement of my tavern, and I couldn't do anything for my eyes. I think this is just something I gotta wait out. Hopefully,
I'm a paladin, not a miracle worker.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ask the turtle for that.
Is that both of y'all paid?
Yeah, I guess a gold.
2 gold, yeah.
Oh, I would also like. How long has it been, do you think, DM, since Yip Yap has ate?
Say, like, under 24 hours.
I would like 8 fish. As raw as you can get them.
Can I get 8 copper pieces from you?
Oh, yeah.
Slide some 3.
It takes a hot minute, but he hands you most of his 10 copper pieces that amounts to 8.
1, 5, 8.
Apostle takes the money and kind of, he swipes it off the counter, and you hear like each individual like clink into something glass that's beneath the counter. And he's just like, all right, I will get that for you now. And he ducks
Yep.
back under the counter.
Yip Yap is slowly learning to count in units of stibby and stab, like his daggers.
I have 2 attacks. I can count to 2.
One stibby, two stibby. One stabby, two stabby.
Stibby stab. Stibby stab. Stibby stab. Or how many stibby stabs was that?
Isaiah, can you make a perception check with advantage because Fossil is indirectly helping you?
I thought no, Fossil's got enough of agency. He would be, if he knew that someone else was looking, he'd kind of be like helping.
It's just a perception check with advantage.
Not a detection check.
I'm just saying it wouldn't be indirect. He would cue in and it would be intentional.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Fossil is like a golden retriever that's like bonded to a small child. It's like the dog's smarter, but it's still a dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dale, you gonna roll that perception check?
Did it not roll? Hang on.
Mm-mm.
No.
Let me try this again.
There we go.
Okay. And then you have advantage, so rolling on.
All right.
Do it again.
Ooh, good thing you have advantage.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the advantage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why are you frowning at the bat?
Because Steven's moving around, and I want him to go back to the couch so that I can talk.
He's gonna jump out of here though. That's his thing tonight.
It's like, what did the bat do to you?
If I talk loud enough, no.
He's just a boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, I did do something fun about a week ago. I celebrated Summerween with Steven and some of my friends. It was fun. We carved a watermelon.
Nice.
Interesting. And we watched that singular episode of Gravity Falls, and that's it.
That's a
We
very
watched
culturally Caucasian practice of yours.
There's nothing wrong about wanting to celebrate Halloween 2 times a year.
I didn't say there was.
He just said that's just some white people stuff.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
One of my friends here wasn't white.
It's okay to be white.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Plenty of people live very functional lives as white people. All right.
I'm gonna
It's okay
What?
to be white.
end it.
It's okay
What?
to not be white and do white people stuff.
I'm gonna end.
It's
What?
okay.
I'm gonna end myself.
What?
It's
No, you're not allowed.
Listen, being white is no reason to kill yourself.
So
Gosh.
no, honestly. But anyway, so
What?
What are they teaching in schools these days?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been in school.
Wait, for real, dog.
So I think we can all
no.
agree that it's
I have
probably
literally
not safe for
been
white.
I've literally been out of school for a college amount of time.
Yeah, same. Anyway, so
We
Dale.
were talking about doing a perception check.
Yeah, Dale did do it, and he got it. But he got advantage.
Yes.
So
13.
So Dale, Isaiah was put off by the empty rat cage for a bit and decided to become a bit more aware. And that's when you felt. Where do you keep the locus meter?
Like at my belt.
You start to feel something pulling at the locus meter on your belt. And you look down and you see Token with her grubby little paws trying to get it off your belt.
Oh, Tokens are her.
What was
Oh,
that, Gat?
grubby little paws.
I would like to mage hand swat it off.
Aw.
You do so, and Token makes a screeching rat squeak as she falls to the ground, and then very quickly climbs back up your leg and bites through whatever latch or rope was holding the locust meter, or if it was in a pocket or whatever. And
I was gonna add something since Fossil was
oh yeah,
looking
go ahead.
for since Fossil was looking for it too and helped in finding it. I think I would like to think Fossil was on the floor just staring up at Token as she was doing that, and then maybe caught her.
Wait, you were looking for my locust meter?
No, looking for Token.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what we were looking for.
Staring at Token.
I was trying to steal my locust meter.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have my crow come in and shock peck it.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that Fossil gets Token first as she falls.
That's fine. They can be touching while I shock it.
Does a 19 hit Fossil?
Ah!
I mean,
Does Fossil see it coming? Also, yes, it does. But does Fossil see it coming?
I mean, after he grabs, I'm assuming he grabs Token by her tail or by her.
I think since he wouldn't use his hands like a cartoon. He's just gonna help by the
That's what I
nape,
imagined.
the nape of her mousy neck.
So Rat, and so
Ratty
he
neck.
does that, and she bites at his snout and does a 19. Does hit.
Ah, it's not a violent bite.
No, but she bites him.
Ah, that hit.
So a 19 hits.
Yeah.
Takes 11 damage.
That is he poofs out of existence after trying to help.
Token falls to the ground fully, and I guess that's when the raven comes in. Are you really gonna lightning strike the rat?
My bird is gonna lightning strike the rat. A ferocious electric Zapdos-like peck.
So 14 to hit or 14 just damage?
14 to hit.
What Fossil gets for trying to be nice. No wonder Yip Yap's depressed.
You're gonna hate me so much. 14 doesn't hit.
Okay.
And the rat
what
jumps,
AC is this rat?
jumps out of the way of the lightning and kind of scurries underneath one of the bar stools.
Token's the BBEG. She's got 20 AC.
Does it have my locust meter or no?
I would say after the addition of Fossil falling, I would say that the locust meter became loose and maybe fell from your belt onto the ground. But
picking it
Token
up.
didn't get it. Okay.
I'm taking it.
You pick it up, you see it's a little busted. Like the arrows are spinning very rapidly. And with the sudden noise of lightning, Apostle kind of jumps back up and he looks around. He's like, "What's going on? What's happening?"
Why is this rodent trying to steal from me?
The sad smoke of Fossil still wafting in the air as Yip Yap looks up and goes,
Poor dear.
Apostle kind of whips his head around and then he sniffs at the air and kind of creates this hissing growl noise. God, that stupid rat! And he kind of leaps over the bar and crouches and turns around and catches Token in his paws. That his nails become sharper than they were before as he catches and kind of pushes Token back into the cage. You little speckled rat. And he just walks back around the counter. He composes himself. His nails go back to a normal, how they typically are. And his fur, which was kind of pointing up, starts to soothe back down. I'm very sorry about that. Token has been more aggressive lately. But, it's getting to the end of Primera, which is spring, by the way. Lots of animals get riled up. And Token is no exception. Kind of
Yip Yap is just sobbing and wailing in the background of this conversation.
He kind of sighs and then chuckles and looks at the cage. Well, you upset you don't got a little boyfriend? Rat. He looks back over and sees Yip Yap crying. Oh, what? I'm sorry. What did Token do?
Vassals! God! God!
It's a third the price of that fine wine of yours.
10! 10 gold worth of charcoal, cinnamon, and what is the rest of my components list here? And herbs that must be consumed by the spell.
Yes,
By
10 gold.
fire in a
Just
brass basin. Just
It's
as
very-
your book says.
Yep.
Yes.
Have you
As
tried
you-
not being broke?
Yep. As
And
you list the
Balgroth is just
components,
slowly drinking his wine as these two bicker.
yep.
As I
As,
explain.
as you list the components, they appear on the counter upon being named, as well as the food and drink of which Balgroth and Isaiah ordered,
Ooh, fish.
and the fishing. You
Yip
eat
Yap takes everything and scampers over to a far corner.
Apostle,
all of his stuff, not yours. He takes all of his stuff, scampers off to the farthest corner from y'all.
Apostle, explain to me why you have a rat in a food establishment.
was, my little token, I found her when she was just a little baby, before the rat infection. Oh my dang, it was that rat
Oh,
infection.
infestation.
Horrified me.
You're telling us.
Yeah. And when she's in good behavior, she's quite a good guard rat. She keeps the other wild rats, I guess, out of my tavern. At least now.
Now, maybe.
I had to train her a little bit. Look, she's just, my little buddy. And like I said, when she's acting on good behavior, she's not a bad companion to have.
That is how good behavior works, yes.
I am sorry about that.
It happens.
Is it okay? I heard it drop.
It's probably broken, but I'll figure it out.
Oh, I could get that fixed up for you. No problem. Free of charge. This is technically my fault.
Anyone with acute enough hearing can hear Yip Yap violently shoving his mouth full of fish as he is ritual casting Find Phylogenic Familiar.
Is
Eating a fish while he casts an Eldritch spell.
Actually, no. He doesn't have time for this. He is casting it as an action. He's not doing it ritual.
Okay.
Do I sense any ill intent from Apostle here?
Roll insight, man.
Like, is this just a big scheme to give up my locust meter?
Just roll insight, man.
Insight. That man lying!
He seems as genuine as he's ever been because he was the one that gave you the locust meter in the first place. So it makes sense that he would know how to fix it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And you thought that boy was from the Bin Lion clan.
Ben
Well,
Lion.
doesn't
Didn't
mean
we
he's
get
not.
rid of Ben Lying? Didn't we execute him in 29?
Who
I'll
is
get that fixed up for you. And will you three be wanting room and board for the night?
Yeah, sure, I
Yes,
suppose.
please.
Well, like I said, y'all did have a lot of free stuff last time you were here, and you all are very nice, but I feel like a gold piece a night ain't that too big of a price.
Not at all.
Thank you.
Balgroth rolls his eyes and tosses a gold coin at him.
To you, Witcher. He catches it, kind of drops it into that little glass jar, and he moves around the counter again and kind of like pats it as he walks. I'll get those rooms tidied up for you, and y'all are welcome to turn in whenever you need. He goes up the stairs, leaving Token, who the entire time for a while, after being put in her cage, is just running around the confines of her cage and like knocking over her food bowl and trying to push over the wheel.
I think she's having a tood.
So I'm confused. So ritual normally takes like 10 minutes or longer. Find Familiar's casting time is an hour.
So it
I'm
takes
confused.
an hour and 10 minutes if you do it as a ritual.
So,
Rituals
but it
add
does.
10 minutes to the spell time.
So you spend 10 more minutes to just not use a spell slot
Yes.
for an hour-long cast seems a little.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, you could spend an hour and spend a spell slot, or spend an hour and 10 and use no spell slot.
Okay, Yip Yap's gonna do it ritual. Well, we're gonna sleep. He doesn't. He takes
In the
it.
afternoon.
He takes
You said
exactly an
we're gonna sleep.
hour, and then Fossil is back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's the afternoon. I'm still going to sleep. It's called a nap.
Yip Yap has even eaten the fish bones at this point. The ones that
Awesome.
you've taken.
So yeah, I guess during that time that Yip Yap is casting the ritual, do y'all do anything else in the tavern?
Cinnamon.
There was an old man who was scribbling on something, right? Is he still there?
Yeah, all the people I described earlier. The gnome that has been sitting at the bar counter has been like casting glances at the three of you this entire time, but he has not said a word.
Me and my
I-
fight or flight response instantly goes to fight mode, and I go for
I was gonna joke.
intimidation.
I was
Roll
gonna joke.
intimidation.
I was gonna say I have that effect on people.
Wait, where is it? Here's the I words. There we go.
The gnome just kind of goes like, what? And goes back to his food.
Good. Man's like, Balgroth's like, thought so. And I guess he goes to talk to the guy who's scribbling stuff.
All right, this is the guy over here, and I will reiterate that it's not really an old man. He's like a middle-aged man. And
Okay.
for like the while that you've walked in and every time you've had a chance to look around the room, he has been just feverishly writing inside of this pocketbook. As you approach him, though, his hand slows down and he kind of looks up to you. Can I help you?
Maybe, maybe not. But you're right.
Well, this is oh, my brain is so scattered as of late. I'm writing down references for a paper that I will write soon.
What on?
Oh, and he gets like really excited as he like gestures you to take a seat in front of him. Well,
My flight response immediately goes, "Oh God."
well, I have always been obsessed with boats, but not just boats. I love the action of building a boat and all of the work that goes into it, specifically lanailan boats. Can you imagine a creature that is cursed to never swim actually taking onto the seas? Those boats must be sturdy, and I have always loved in all the different kinds. I've never actually been to the islands. I am going very soon, though. And I've just been so excited. I've been learning their languages and their writing, and hopefully they actually let me do my research and not kick me out. They've been recently quite standoffish to tourists.
Somewhere across the multiverse.
the sort of glints in Balgroth's eyes sort of subtly glaze over, and Balgroth just goes, "Yeah, hope you do that too."
Have you ever seen a lanailan boat before?
Through gritted teeth. No, I haven't.
They are works of art! Absolute works of art! The carvings are so intricate and take such detail, and I've seen lanailan boats take on rocks and the biggest of waves. Oh, to be on one must be amazing.
A work of
I truly don't doubt it. I think that would be awesome.
Honey, I messaged
Oh.
your quest. Okay. It's a simple quest.
And on the inside, Balgroth is like, "Please, somebody grab me from this nightmare."
Please, somebody help.
Somewhere across the multiverse, a dragonborn in Dira All Dynasty goes, should we enslave these pig folk?
Oh my god.
Nah.
Oh my god. He he goes back to his writings and looks down and kind of just adds a few more words onto the end of his sentence. I'll be going to Sione after this. It's an odd place, but I do know that they have some docks there.
Oh, his eyes immediately narrow. Oh,
Yip
Sione
Yap
used-
out of nowhere apparates beside Balgra.
What's that noise? The like.
Or you just hear it. What did
No,
you
there's
say?
just no noise. The stool beside him just suddenly is one of those stools that pivots and it's just swinging around with Yip Yap on it.
Sione, you say. So you were planning on going to Sione then?
Well, yes, this on the way to Stixer, I have become made aware of a relic that will change how we view Lenalan artsmanship, if I can find it. But I have to start in Sione, because that's where the last sight of it was.
Mm-hmm. So do you know how to get there? You already have a plan?
Sione.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get a caravan, yes, of course, but I mean,
Yeah? Oh, a caravan should have strong bodyguards, Yip Yap leans on Balgra.
well, it's not my. I suppose I feel like they've done this many times before. It's an average caravan.
Oh, right, yes, and yeah.
Mundane, adequate, simple.
Nothing's ever simple when it comes to traveling through Retcher or Sione.
Easy.
Yeah, easy, yeah. Mhm.
That sounds
Interesting.
lovely. Are they taking new people beyond you?
Well, I would be going to their sort of stop, as it may were, in a few days or so.
Hmm.
Oh,
Alright.
what's this?
Be
Not
interested.
to pry, but what's this fact of art that you're interested in?
He gets so happy.
Oh, we found his special
I
interest.
sort of look at Yip Yap like, what have you done?
It could be an example of the first ever full sail ships made by the Lenalans.
Oh.
A ship made dozens of cycles ago. A piece of history at the bottom of the ocean, perfectly
Oh.
preserved. Or so they say.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you, Chief. I don't think he understood most of those words.
What do you think of kobold facts of art?
Well, I've never actually seen a kobold ship before. I wasn't aware that they were seafaring creatures.
We weren't.
Well, it's sad to say. The ocean is quite beautiful if you know how to swim, I suppose.
In anime fashion, a tear somehow wells up on the outside of his hood.
Oh my god. he kind of looks back to Balgroth. Have you heard the story of this ship? It's incredible.
Bits and pieces on my travels and while I was in the kingdom, I suppose.
The bunny ship, the diamond.
Balgroth, can you make a history check for me?
Yeah, sure. Here's the H word. There we go.
You have no genuine idea what this man is yapping about.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it. So he would shut up.
Could Yip Yap roll a history check at like disadvantage?
Sure.
Would I
I
know?
rolled it in regular, and I still had no idea.
Would Isaiah have any sense on what's going on, or no?
Are you a part of this conversation now, Isaiah?
Ooh.
I'm in the room. I'm listening.
Okay.
He
Sure, you can-
he
yeah,
heard
you can roll
Sione,
history.
and now he's interested too.
You can roll history. Yip Yap, you have no genuine idea what this man is
Well, I
yapping
asked
about.
you a question a minute ago. I was involved.
Oh, did you?
I said, can we come too? And he's like, I'm gonna go to the place where
Oh, I genuinely didn't hear you say anything. I apologize.
Balgroth didn't realize I was a worshiper of the Tellurian for like 2 years.
2
Yip
years.
Yap's
You never
Yip Yap's
mentioned it.
Yip Yap's just like a Yip Yap's just like a ship. Isn't that what the imaginary audience we have thinks me and Reese should be?
Why do you gotta say imaginary audience? That makes me feel so bad.
Dang.
We've had like 2 people watch this before.
More or
You
less.
just said we are not entertaining, you jerk.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so what does Yip Yip actually say that?
No,
Okay.
Yip Yap doesn't know the modern terminology of shipping.
Okay. Isaiah, you in school, you learned a lot of like myths and legends. In like accordance to the studies that you did on the different deities. And in a connection between the Tellurian and the Vast, there are many stories that intertwine those two deities, one of which is a very short, kind of more of a fable, like a very short poem type of story about a Lenalan ship that attempted to cross terrain in which they were banished, and the subsequent consequence is their entire ship was pulled to the bottom of the sea, except for one, who somehow survived the sinking.
Interesting.
Okay.
What is joke we need to share?
Even if I were to drift off,
I'm so lost. What?
Sorry, I got distracted. What?
I
I just saw Steven laughing and was like, I clearly missed something.
Well,
I
Yip
don't
Yap
know.
always
I'm guessing. I'm guessing something.
But yeah, so Isaiah, yes, you kind of know what this guy's talking about, and he's just like,
So this is like somewhat of a fable, or is this like a story that I would think to be more or less true? And
Isaiah would probably view it as false, as it's, as far as Linalans go, it is common knowledge that they innately sink. They have no like actual means of swimming, and so for a ship of them to sink, it is impossible that one could just somehow survive.
I see. Well, this is interesting. Now, why do you what do you know of this first ship?
Well, I don't know much about it. I have found some scrolls, and there is reason to believe that in the fable, the Lenalan that survived, it's possible that Lenalan found his way to Sione and was raised there. And if there is proof of a Lenalan growing that far away from their home and surviving for as long as supposedly he did, then that is undeniable truth that ship is real.
That is interesting. You piqued my curiosity.
Well,
When does this caravan leave?
Well, the caravan is set to leave. They leave every end of 7 cycles. And I believe it has been about 3 since the last one. If time in this town is supposed to be correct, which I have no reason to believe it's not, I was going to wait here. And then when I am on this caravan, I'm going to go to a very specific town far off the supposed beaded path from Glenville to Setia, so that I can make my way to the mountains of which this Lenalan was said to live.
I see.
The mountains in Sione. Okay, good.
What was his name?
We don't know, which is the most wonderful thing. It's a
Oh,
very short
wow.
story. I can get you a copy of it. I have a lot.
I can't read.
It's never too late to learn.
It is. Yep, kobolds. What's it called? Use. The fathers would always say, use it or lose it." That cuts off at like 5. I'm like 18 in human years, 30 something in kobold years.
Legal either way.
You know, I have a friend who makes these magic glasses that allow blind people to read.
Oh, like this, I pull out the monocle.
That is a monocle, not a pair of glasses, but otherwise, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I was that does make sense. It is not fruit shaped.
You are an interesting little creature.
True.
Charge up a fireball.
That's the kind of stuff they always say. It's so flattering. Whatever flattering means.
God help us.
Which one?
Hmm.
Anyways, I'm supposed to be depressed.
Does this mean we have to wait 4 cycles for the
I
caravan come?
suppose,
That's
so.
days.
Until we
Well,
find
Do
a,
it.
I guess, unless we find a better alternative.
In 3 days, I was going to leave this town to walk to the town where the caravan stops.
Oh, walking out of Retcher is a little hard.
Oh, I'm aware. I spoke with that creature outside of town, and I understand this, and I am to understand that in 3 days, she supposes that the town will be close enough to where I need to go. I hope it is. If it's not, then I wait for the next caravan. It's not the end of the world.
Oh.
Alrighty then. Well, we'll see if we can join you.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be lovely. I'm not a big fan of traveling alone. I used to have a companion, but when we walked into this town, they didn't come with me, and now I actually am not sure where they are. I hope they're okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mm.
What town were you supposed to be walking into?
Well, we were just walking through the forest, and I found myself on a path to here, and they were no longer with me.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
corner
doing.
guy.
I got off the ship. I stowed away. I got off the ship and I was just walking along, and then boop, I was here.
And then out of the corner of the eye, you spot him. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yes, this town is very strange, isn't it? I do hope to find my friend eventually, but I must get to this expedition as quickly as I can first.
Yeah, it's very weird. The moment I walked in, I felt compulsed to explain who I was. It was very weird.
Hmm.
I don't even know what compulsed means. I just said it.
And how would you introduce yourself? You haven't actually told me your name.
Oh, I'm Yip Yap Nuttail, Cupboard Rogue. That is, if you want to know about me. But
Your name is fine. How about you? And he looks up to Balgroth.
He just looks down at him, like, just slightly towering over him. Balgroth.
he's my adopted dad, basically.
Incredible. And you, sir?
I am Uzziah Jaeger. I'm not related to them. Oh,
Yes. Well, I'm Torben. It's very nice to meet you three. And I do hope to see you when I leave town in a few days. It'd be lovely to travel together.
yes. Hope
Likewise.
it goes well until then.
Don't die.
I hope I don't.
Good.
You know, Corbin is draconic for yellow. Fun.
Well, that is my favorite color.
Oh.
I grab him by the neck. Come on, Yip Yap.
As you walk away, he goes back to writing in his notebook.
Hmm.
Fossil slides down the back of Yip Yap's poncho to catch the wine bottle with his tail because Yip Yap doesn't have one.
Oh, mercy.
Oof. Yeah. There's two other people to talk to if you want to.
Who is it
What are
again?
the other two people?
One of them is a kind of gruff-looking man off in the corner, and he has his muddy boots up on the table as he smokes a pipe from which
Ah, yes.
blue-colored
From which blue
steam is coming from. And then the other one is a gnome that has been sitting at the bar counter, but they look about ready to leave.
I thought we were just talking to the gnome. Who were we talking to?
You were
old-
talking to the
They were
guy off
talking
into
to
the
the-
side, writing into a notebook.
Yeah, to the scribal guy.
Okay, that's what I get for not paying 1000% attention.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to talk
No,
to them?
that's Yip Yap wants to talk to them.
You go up to the gnome, who is just kind of like pushing their empty plate away and finishing off their drink. And he kind of shifts his seat to the side and just sees you three walking towards him, and he's kind of like, hello?
Oh, well,
Can I help? I'm sorry. I was just leaving. And he's kind of like looking at Balgroth nervously.
Yeah. He
who
sort
are
of does
you?
the same,
I'm from
the same push of intimidation again.
Okay. Intimidation.
Who are you? I'm from ancient Greece.
No, he was cooked in ancient Greece.
Oof.
Does Balgroth let Yip Yap go as he tries to weasel out?
Sure.
Okay.
Just drops him.
Yeah, Yip plops on the table, the bottle jutting up as he just kind of lolls to the side of it. He's like, hi!
The gnome kind of just like looks down. He's like, hi. Balgroth, you can roll intimidation again.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
He kind of like moves off of his chair and starts climbing down the side of it. I am sorry for bothering you earlier. I promise I didn't mean any ill intent. I was actually just getting back to work. And he grabs the leather bag and starts to, it's about like half his size, and he starts to pull it towards the door.
Where do you work?
Well, I'm the supervisor of the construction team outside, and I was just taking my 30, and it's over now, so I gotta get back to work. I didn't mean to
Why were
bother
you
you.
staring at us?
I wasn't sure. Listen, you three were talking pretty loudly about nonsensical things, and you can't disparage a stranger for just glancing. I was just interested because y'all were talking really loud. I promise I didn't mean nothing by it.
Hmm.
We are the hands of vengeance. Do you have any regret?
I don't.
Can I roll intimidation?
Sure.
Sure, bud. Told you.
Yep. You like try to smile at this guy, and it's just all your like jagged teeth and the scar. And he's like, can I please go?
Yip Yap, stop harassing that man.
Sure, go, whatever.
All right, see y'all around. And he just kind of like pulls as fast as he can the bag out of the tavern with him.
You know, I feel like that's a good motto for us.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's what we are. It's kind of what we deal with. You deal with regret, right? I deal with a lot of regret. Yip Yap uses fossil as a tissue.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, so he
Awesome.
leaves, and that leaves the
Very
guy-
unapproachable looking guy in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to approach him.
All
Hey,
right.
he's smoking. He's not unapproachable. He's just got a waft about him.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to approach him, Yip Yap?
Sure. Yip Yap, after a minute of trying to readjust, mixing between his depression and his drunkenness. Does the drunkenness help at all?
It never does.
It's numbing. It's numbing.
It's numbing. He takes another swig of the wine, and he corks the wine, buffs it over his shoulder like a baseball bat, and just struts up all 2.5 feet to the guy in the corner.
The guy kind of like takes a hit from his pipe, blows out the smoke, and looks down, and he has 3 very deep scratches in the side of his cheek down partway his neck, and he grins a little bit. Well, hey there, 52.
What does Yip Yap think he means by 52?
Roll insight.
Fun.
Is he hitting on you, Piat?
Ew.
I'm gonna burn one of my inspirations to roll with advantage.
Okay.
I completely forgot where insight was. Oh, here it is. Okay, there we go.
Yip Yap isn't sure what he means by that, but it was said in a way that had malicious intent.
Is that the cost of like a cobalt pelt or something on the open market?
Ew. No diddy.
Plus, I would like the ambiance to somehow, like a slight gust of wind blows my hood up just enough to reveal the end cap of my scar down my face.
Mm-hmm.
Not the full thing, just the fact that there is a scar on my own face.
Mm-hmm.
The same gust can kind of reveal that I have daggers.
Trying so hard for the environmental intimidation. Roll intimidation.
Ah! Okay. I'll take it.
He kind of the man like chuckles and huffs a bit. What do you want?
I just want to know what your deal is, man. You're over here brooding, smoking. It's a vibe. I knew a kobold who smoked. He was cool.
And I'm allowed to smoke. 52.
What was the last? Wait, was the last number 53?
Said 52 again. Or did I say 53 first time? I don't
No, I
remember.
think you said 52.
No, you said 52.
Can I insight check this?
Sure.
Nope.
Sounds just as malicious.
What's your name? 51.
Name's Jay.
Names. Balgroth, what letter does Yip start with?
Why? As in,
Because
why?
I'm acting!
Oh my god.
Why am I stuck in this hellhole?
I'm interested. What does 52 refer to? Is that a price of a pelt or something?
Oh, that would be the 50 tooth. 52nd. 50 tooth. 50 teeth. 52nd cobalt I will have offed in the last 3 or so cycles.
Hmm.
Wait,
First then,
Steven didn't track what you just said.
he says you're going to be the 52th notch on his belt.
52th?
Oh, did he?
He said 52th, 52nd, and then he said 50 teeth, and then said 52nd again.
Man, Yip Yap wishes he had 52.
And notches on his pistol, numbered 1 in 19 more.
He said your
You know
moves
how
are
many
weak.
humans
That's
I've killed? Me either.
What?
What?
I didn't hear you.
I said, you know how many humans I've killed? Me either.
I
Oh,
lost
wait,
count
this isn't.
after one.
Is this a human?
This is you're honestly because he honestly very humanoid, but it's like what's the word I'm looking for?
Has he got them long ears?
He's structured like a halfling, but is more muscular. That's not exactly unlike a giant, but
Oh, he's a dwarf.
I
You
didn't say
had
that.
you're picking
I'm
fights.
confused. He's a dwarf.
He's just a stocky human.
He's a dwarf or a short king. I don't.
I mean, what's the difference?
Dang.
Saying Yip Yap is taking this.
What?
Yip Yap's taking this description.
Okay. What's your game, pal? Yip Yap somehow jumps up onto the table. Kind of like this.
Mario jump noise.
Boing.
The game is hunting, little fella.
Hunting. I've done a little bit of that, I think. Goblins? I've killed goblins. He reveals the part of his leathers where he's notched off every goblin he's killed. It's about like 42, 43.
There's still too many goblins around, but I think
Oh my, Kiraga, you are so right.
Did we
There
just
is-
become best friends?
Hmm?
He's like, did we just become best friends?
Goblins are the worst. Oh my goodness. Have you
Yes.
fallen into a goblin trap?
Are you asking him if he has, or
Yeah.
no? I'm not stupid, little fella.
Oh, no, you don't have to be
Yeah.
stupid. They're clever little cusses. You know, they'll take this weird kind of tree thing and they'll like run it through their sewers and stick it in the ground and put leaves over it and your friends step on it and they die of like a sickness. And your shaman is just standing over them mumbling stuff and it does nothing and they die. It's sad. And then you want to kill them more, and so you do.
Well, I've never heard of a psionic goblin doing that. Is those goblins from a different place?
Oh yeah, they're from
I don't think he'd remember.
If you want, you can say Dragonland.
Goblin Trap before?
I vaguely remember the name of the place. Yip Yap would not know.
Yeah,
the
I'm
name of
saying
the
as Yip
continent.
Yap, if you want, you could say Dragonland and it would be canon.
True.
Come along and take my hand. Let's
Let's all go to Dragonland.
I'm from, the green place with dragons. Kiriga was Spiel Kiriga, like the Radiance. He reignites the sun.
Allegedly,
He reignites the sun every Sunday. Come on.
ostensibly.
How do you not know about him? I mean, we fight the goblins. Well, we fought the goblins. Our tribe got wiped out by a group of adventurers that I'm going to kill mercilessly. With the help of these guys!
Hold
And maybe
on.
you. And maybe you if you're cool enough. Maybe.
Don't volunteer me things, Yip Yap.
Exactly.
Hey, I got signed up for your trauma.
What trauma?
We've been there.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, you hate goblins, I hate goblins.
Little fella, I hate a lot of things. Goblins ain't number one on that list.
Oh, okay, what's number one?
You.
Dang.
What did I do to you?
Well, not you specifically, but kobolds, little fella.
What did we do to you?
I just
What do you
find y'all annoying.
Fair. What did we do to you?
I don't need another reason than that.
Huh.
Well, then.
And I got
Right.
51 cobalt heads at home, let's say that.
Are any of them like mine?
Red? Oh yeah.
Did you get any of them at a particular cave with a dragon?
They all
Do I
live in
recognize?
caves.
Do I recognize this guy?
You don't know.
What did he say?
He said most kobolds live in caves.
Do you happen to know of a party of people who, in the last year, have raided a cave with red kobold and a dragon? A really important dragon.
Well, now that I think about it, he kind of like smirks. There was some group coming through the old place in Zione, bragging about how they killed the last red dragon, and I thought that that couldn't be true. I truly didn't think there were any red dragons left, but they had proof. You can't get scales that big from just a dragonborn.
What did these people consist? Tell me about them.
Well, see, I don't see why I have to. Because
Because my friends are much stronger than me, and I might not be strong, but I'm scrappy, and your aorta is pretty close to my daggers.
if I do remember correctly, one of the rules of this establishment is that there be no fighting in it. Secondly,
I have a strong passion for Apostle.
and
I don't have a
secondly,
strong passion for you.
and secondly, I have no obligation to continue this conversation. And I get
We're in Retcher, my friend. And you can die many, many, many times in Retcher. And if you're not going to answer my questions, I would love to make that happen. I would like to roll for intimidation.
okay. What are Isaiah and Balgroth doing?
Yeah, Uzziah is looking to break this up ideally. This is definitely not a good situation.
I'm just watching.
He is not looking to get into a fight.
Natural 20
Okay, hold on.
for
Wow.
a 21. My +1 charisma.
Gotta put you over the edge.
You dumped all your rolls into that.
I dumped one roll into that. That's my only attempt.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of just rolls his eyes. If it'll make the conversation end faster, what do you want to know?
I want to know the party that you were just talking about. Who they were, where they were, where we can expect them to be. Simple. I'm a simple kobold. Not that you look highly upon any of my kind.
Right.
Well, let me think. I think there was a human with him and a dwarf.
Mhm.
I don't really remember what the third one was. I'm sorry.
Do you remember the kind of equipment they had, the kind of specialties they did? In-game speak for classes.
Yeah, I know. The human had a lute of some kind, and the dwarf had this big hammer.
Hard.
Was there a spellcaster amongst them?
Not that I saw.
How many? 3 or 4?
Two. Well, there were
Just
three, but I didn't see the third one after a while.
Three
thank
people.
you for your information.
I sort of just say to Balgroth, he's saying 3 people killed his god.
4!
I say
Four,
to
he
Balgroth.
says. 4, he says, I guess.
Okay, but
But
Balgroth,
who knows?
4 people? A god?
Hey, it only takes 2 of us to kill a fake god.
Well, technically it lived, but yes. So wait, are you agreeing
You,
that
you,
it probably
you
wasn't a
know,
real
Isaiah, my siblings actually hated me, and they waited until we got back to the cave to talk back to me about what I said to goblins.
I'm not talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to Balgroth quietly.
I can hear you.
No,
You
you
know,
can't.
you're right here.
I'm spelling these words out. Listen,
Joke's on you.
we don't want
Joke's
him to
on
go
you, I
to
can't spell.
WARK. After this, Balgroth, we can get a TREAT.
A what?
Well, after this, we go to the PARK.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, mercy.
Wait.
Well, anyways, dwarf. Thank you for your time. I don't wanna K Y L J.
Killed you. I'm going to kill you.
Nice try.
You.
Nice attempt. Yep.
Apostrophe.
It would take but one fireball.
Ampersand.
He grabs Yep and just walks upstairs.
Ampersand.
We apologize for the inconvenience, sir. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
Fossil gives a derogatory dragonborn gesture.
Cool.
Wow.
So yeah, he kind of goes back to his smoking, and Apostle kind of comes down, and he's wiping up his paws. Well, I got your room set up. It's not really that late yet, but if you want to get settled, go ahead and get settled.
Lovely, thank you.
Thanks.
And so do you guys go up to the rooms, or?
We'll start unpacking stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. With that, we're going to end the session for the night. Thank you guys for playing, and thank you everyone for watching. And just give me one quick second.
Uh-oh. This is ominous.
Ominous.
Oh, we're still alive.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching and
He
playing.
was close.
And I'll
All
see
right.
you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.